Good morning, and thank you again for listening. So, this week I wanted to look at there's been a lot of real energy shifts this week. And one thing that's been very repeating in pattern is that we have so many blockages or so many belief patterns and so many um, uh, programs that tell us that everybody else's stuff is more important than our own. So, this morning I'd like to release and remove the belief that this is, I think it's more of their definition of love and receiving, like that that there's a program within you that tells you that um, you need to honor these commitments and allow other people's priorities to be more important than your own, so that otherwise you'll be abandoned, rejected, or not, or unloved. Yeah, if you could say yes. And also remove and release all the programming and everyone in your life that is like here to dismantle you as opposed to uplift you. So any contract, bonds, oaths, and promises that you have with them from previous lifetimes that is currently in this lifetime, that causes you to honor and act these, and therefore you may self-sabotage yourself or create sabotages within your field, so you do not receive what is right. Like, you do not see your value, do not see who you are and how amazing and wonderful you are, because you're too busy fulfilling these contracts, bonds, oaths, and promises. So remove and release that. Yes. There is so many unbelievable programs that we have adopted and we've accepted and we may have created, because this is how we have witnessed love, success, and like, forget about joy, because it's like just love and success and survival. So this is one of the things that has been mentioned to me many times, is instead of just surviving, why do I not want to thrive? So that's what I've been trying to work on as well. So release and remove all programs, all instruments of destruction, and all avenues of agreements that you have that keep you in survival, or just in a place of, they're calling it like autopilot. Yes. Remove and release all forms and structures that you have in your everyday life that have hypnotized or memorized you, so that you can continue the same patterns. You may vary off course, but you continue the same patterns, and you realize that this is what, like, it's a pattern of that you're just enough. You're just like, that's enough. You shouldn't expect more, because you know, a lot of us have the belief that if we receive something, there's always something that's going to come along and ruin that for us. So remove and release that. Yes. Remove and release all the aspects of yourself that set yourself up for failure. Set yourself up so that if you succeed, you go into a state of panic or trauma, and do not allow yourself to go further along. Like all the areas, like it could be just a learned behavior pattern, and it could be just something that you've adapted because this is what you've witnessed. So remove and release that. Yes. it's really interesting that it's like we all have patterns of destruction that we don't even realize. And I and it's like I work on these constantly all the time because nobody is perfect. And then it's like, and mine are sort of where they were, they may have been obvious to other people, but they were hidden in some ways to me. And it's like, and each of us have our own, um, like my thing is sometimes I have a lot of compassion for everybody, and sometimes I will lower my empathy too much, and then everybody attaches to me, and then it drains all my energy, and then I can't function. And it's like I refuse to do that anymore because I'm important, and I am a blessing. And even if I'm just a blessing to myself, I am a blessing, and so are you. So all the places that you have set forms of destruction in your field and have been programmed to play out these remove and release it. Yes. There's a lot of incredibly talented people that we may only know on one level, but they didn't reach the success so that everyone no, but they keep going, they keep doing their craft, they keep, like, they're not like, what I mean by reach your level of success. Some people dream of being a movie star or like being known by everyone, so therefore you give up all your privacy, and you have to fight for privacy and everything else. But these people are extremely successful, have done really well for themselves, and they just keep going, and it doesn't matter to them, like that part of that recognition of like large crowds. And it's like, it's just that, and this is another thing, that when you find something that when you realize that this is your gift and your ability, whatever that may be, and you just keep going with it, don't give up on it. Because believe me, it's been a lot of ups and downs and stuff like that. And it's like I finally feel like extremely confident in myself. And it's like I've always worked towards that. And I'm not, I'm in work in progress every day. I like to clear stuff as well. And so just be kind and gentle to yourself, and to realize that you have all these gifts and abilities, and and it's like, whatever that gift and ability is, there's no devaluing someone's worth. I think that's what has been happening throughout all the programming that we receive in society, and to be in society, and to be even in our families or friends or stuff like that, is that our value gets we get devalued because it's different. It's along the edges. And it's like, sometimes what happens too is there's so many people that are contained, like that you live in this, like you're allowed to go so far and then it stops. But it's like, you know what? If somebody's love comes with a condition, it's not worth it. Because the value that you see in yourself, the love that you see in yourself, you never will be alone, and the universe will never leave you. The universe always loves you, and it's like, and you're never alone because you always have yourself. And we are the manifestors. We are the generators. We are you can manifest stuff to you. Things can happen on such a level. So all the places that this value, this worth, this being that we are, or oneness, if you like to call it that, is blocked, is suffocated, has been dismantled or shattered. Remove and release it all. Yes. And it's like you have, so really, like our definition of that I've listened to a lot of programs about, relationships and like about being in real, like what I'm trying to get to is that we've been programmed that our versions of love is different. Like there is, there is an interaction between two people in an intimate relationship but if you're being dismantled in that, is that really of value to you? So remove and release that you stick to it no matter what the cost, whether it's the cost of your soul or cost of your, and sometimes what happens is when you raise your value and your worth of yourself, then that other relationship starts changing or things will like dissipate. So remove and release the belief, like all these defined definitions of what love is that are detrimental and harmful to you, because everyone's definition is different, right? But it's like it seems we have this projection of what society has, like, expects from us, and this is what we're performing, but it's not in our highest and best good, and sometimes it's killing us inside. So remove and release it all. Yes. Yeah, that energy feels a lot better. Because one of the things that I try to just like look at things from a perspective is everybody's definition of joy is different. So everybody's definition of love is different. And and we need companionship. We need that. I completely get that. I'm not saying not to do that. But wouldn't it be nice if you had people around you that lifted you up as opposed to dismantling you? And it's a work in progress. And like I said, sometimes when you go when you go to the distance of yourself, when you value your worth and value who you are, then these other relationships start changing or they are released. So remove and release. And how much of you, this is another question to look at, is how much of you have you given up to be in those relationships? And is that really in your highest and best good? And is it good for your body and good for your mind and your soul? So remove and release all that has been used against you, whether it's your programmings that have been incorporated into you, or it is also your belief patterns that you've learned from your ancestral inherited line. Remove and release that. Yes. Because one of the things that I have witnessed and noticed is that I work on my receiving all the time. The thing with energy work, it's very up and down, and it's like that. You imagine, like I'm a human design. I'm a manifester. I can manifest, and so. But sometimes, you know what? Because I always like work towards something, and move forward towards that. That I've never stopped and asked, the universe to make it easier for me, to help me in any way, like to open the door in a different way. I just constantly work towards it. So I'm trying to with my new modality, I'm trying to work on allowing the universe to, allowing the universe to show me the way, like to allow things to happen in synchronicity. And that is really hard because you're witnessing all these people online that are like, are doing really well in the business with this new modality. And like, I'm witnessing all this and I'm seeing all this media advertising and stuff like that. And it's like, I'm just on the edge of being unable to do, like, I can do some media stuff, but it's not that easy for me. I'm learning. And so it's very difficult to, like, it's not difficult, but it's like I feel like I'm missing out on something or I'm doing something wrong. And that's what I had to clear this week and make me realize that the universe has my back. Everything's going to go really well, and it'll happen in its own time. So any place in your life that you do this and you don't realize it, but it's like remove and release that. Yes. And remove and release all the judgments, expectations, limitations, and fears of the people around you, because you move in a different way towards your greatness than they do. And their judgments, their expectations, their limitations, and their fears get projected onto you and maybe get verbally spoken to you. And therefore, it's another form of putting you down. It's another form of dismantling you. Remove and release that. Yes. There is such thing as divine timing and divine love and divine acceptance. And it's like, if you, they always use this as an example, and it stuck to me, is like, so you're in a place that money, a lot of people, this is one of the issues, because money allows you to grow and expand in different ways, right? So for example, if you need money and you ask the universe, like you keep focusing on, say, a local 50-50 draw, but the universe could have offered you something different, then you've missed that opportunity, and that's all you will receive. So remove and release where we've limited our expectations from when we limit what we ask for from the universe. So when you ask for something, you could say that or something better, right? And that way, what they are meant to ask, what they want to give you will happen. So that or something better. So remove and release the roadblocks and the blockages that we have to connection to our divine self and to the divine universe, and that we are not heard, or we have not spoken our truth, because we have been influenced or affected by all the programming around us. Yes. So that feels a lot better. Remove and release. They're saying that some do not have a definition of joy, do not have a definition of love, do not have definition of any of the higher energies, because they've always struggled and they've always had to fight for what they have. So one of the examples I use to explain to someone what the definition of joy is, just go to your happy place. Everybody's joy is different. Like some people like to sit on the beach, like imagine themselves sitting on the beach in the water, or walking along the water, finding like sea glass or crystals. Or some people like to walk in the woods. Like it's the one place that you were the happiest in your elevation. And just as an exercise this week too, when you're eating certain foods, just feel how your body feels. Like I've noticed since I've taken quite a few courses, in this latest course, the spinal flow technique, that, there's certain foods my body does not want. And no, I'm not eating it. And it's like, wow. And it's what the best way I can describe it is that I start feeling really heavy. and it's like, okay, I'm not going to eat that. But when my body wants it, it gets really light, and it's almost like it's joyful. So just see if you can pay attention to that, and use that in every aspect of your life. Like a lot of people, like, I'm not sure if you know what muscle testing is. So there's a lot of examples of it on YouTube and stuff like that. But this is your body's way of telling you what it wants and what it doesn't want. So I think I do one of the examples in my TikTok videos, but so you hold your fingers together and you're going like this. And I think I showed this on here too as well, but we'll just do a repeat of it just in case. So I'm going to do a yes or no. So I'm 99 years old. My name is Diana, and I'm not putting any pressure on my hands or anything like that. So that's a good way to test it. And you could do it. Some people have this method. They can like kind of do their fingers and stuff like that so that you're not noticing. I still do it in the grocery store when I'm buying something different for the first time. I just want to see if it's a value, or if I'm buying the same thing and does my body really want it now? I'm trying to change that as well. So remove and release all blockage of miscommunications with your being that has kept you disconnected from it. And we're going to ask that the Creator allow this all to be done in a soft and gentle way. Yes. Remove and release why you've decided that your being is not as important as everyone else around you. Yes. Because, the theory of there's so many, like, the more you stand in the more you stand in your power, excuse me, that it changes a lot. It changes your ability to manifest, to create, to see your value, see your worth. So all the places, remove and release all the places, and all the verbal, physical, and spiritual communications that you received that you're not worthy enough to allow your being to exist, to allow you to see to see your worth, to see your value, to see who you are. Yes. And remove and release why you've chosen someone else's path instead of your own. And why you've decided that it's better to totally dim your light and just follow this person instead of allowing your light to shine and their light to shine together. Yes. Okay, so take a deep breath. Hold. Release. So I want to say thank you again to everyone online and to everyone who's listening to this in the future. And I may not be on next week. I have something that it may be going on, so it will be impossible to be online at that time. And also, if you find that my videos are helping you in any way, it would be greatly appreciated if you could do some form of token, whether it's whatever amount of donation to a food shelter, to the animals, and also to the women's shelter as well. So the animal shelter, women's shelter, and food bank, or whatever you feel called to do. It's totally up to you. I'm just giving a few suggestions, and I want to say thank you very much, and have a wonderful day. And I'm going to try and come on. I don't know. It might not be. I'm going to try and come on this week, but I'll just I'll just come on, and then I'll let you know I'm coming on, and then I'll record it and you can listen to it later. And thank you very much, and have a great week. Enjoy, and much love and much joy and happiness.